Okay? So now, I'm going to keep going. So pretty much what they're going to do is to try to deter aggression. They're going to start forcing this chip. They're going to start killing some of the prophets. It says, the security environment is also affected by rapid technological advancements and the changing character of war. The drive to develop new technologies is relentless, expanding to more actors with lower barriers of entry. Meaning guys that ain't up, they're not like Fidel Castro kind of shit where they're going against the white man. They're lower standards, which is talking about us prophesying on these streets. We're going to war with them, but not with guns. We're going to war with them with words, with the truth. In the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, and now they're saying we got to stop them. It says here, okay, expanding to more actors with lower barriers of entry and moving at accelerating speed. New technologies include advanced computing, big data, analytics, and this is what she says. She says this is their agenda. So now, since they got to combat that thing, that's what they're saying now with the new sentence. This is how they're going to combat that problem. New technologies include advanced computing, big data, analytics, artificial intelligence, autonomy, robotics, directed energy, hypersonics. And remember, when we watch this video, she actually tells you that they pretty much going to take over the resources of water in this video. Hypersonics and biotechnology, the very technologies that ensure we will be able to fight and win the wars of the future. So they just said right there, they're going to use the chip to fight the wars of the future.
Ensuring the strength of our force and the health of the industrial base. This afternoon, the Secretary will meet with senior executives from a range of companies to discuss the NDS, exchange ideas, and promote the long-term viability and competitiveness of the nation's industrial base. This is a part of a series of conversations senior leaders will have with industry, academia, and local communities about the NDS and how the department is aligning our resources with our priorities. The NDS is our strategy, but to successfully implement it, we must adopt a competitive mindset. With this mindset, we can optimize our relationships with industry and cultivate a culture of performance.
So put everybody into slavery, a culture of performance. Let me, on the same page 3, down, well, I'm telling you, brothers, you need to read this for yourself so you can see it for yourself. But this is, the chapter is the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chapter down. It is now undeniable that the homeland is no longer a sanctuary. America is a target, whether from terrorists seeking to attack our citizens, malicious cyber activity against personal, commercial, or government infrastructure, or political and information subversion. New threats to commercial and military use of space are emerging, while increasing digital connectivity of all aspects of life, business, government, and military create significant vulnerabilities. During conflict, attacks against our critical defense, government, and economic infrastructure must be anticipated. Like I said, they're telling you that they're bringing out everything that they can. They're bringing out
they're throwing the kitchen sink at you. Basically, is what he's saying.
Yeah.
Like they've thrown everything.
They're
like,
gonna throw robots.
Fuck, here it is. Just throw the house.
Yeah.
Just throw the house at him.
All of it.
Because like the brother said, Elder Apostle Tahar put out the decree to increase. Mm-hmm. And with that increase comes their stress. Because they know that these prophecies are coming at such a pace that they can't control it. They can't take enough or do enough seances to get enough answers to combat the truth.
Notice she can't look up at the camera?
Because she knows what the fuck is up.
Yeah, she's telling us.
She's just saying, literally, she's saying through her spirit,
they just promised her food.
I'm a slave and I'm a bed wench, and this is what I need to do.
Yeah, they're like, we'll put you on the.
She chose her side.
Yeah.
Everybody's
the chip is out, brothers. It's out. Any day coming to a motherfucking neighborhood near you.
Be ready.
Switching gears, I know you have questions about border security. First and foremost, Secretary Mattis agrees with Secretary Nielsen that border security is national security. Secretary Mattis and Secretary Nielsen are working closely together to meet the President's goal to enhance border security. It's important to note that DoD already supports the DHS border security mission with significant efforts from Southcom, Northcom, PACOM, the National Guard, and the Army Corps of Engineers. For example, in fiscal year 2017, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers received $341 million from Custom and Border Protection to repair, replace, and construct border fence, including 40 miles of fence in San Diego, El Centro, and El Paso sectors. Northcom and Joint Task Force North assisted in the seizure.
You're about to have war on the border of Mexico and North America because the Hispanic caucus, they just said the Mexico caucus, Hispanic caucus, I believe they called it, they said they're going to do everything they can to stop that wall from being built. So you're literally going to have war right there in that little area right now. That's what they're going out there. If it wasn't a battlefield, why would they send National Guard, military?
And my whole thing is the only reason why they're trying to build this whole wall on the southern border specifically is because they're trying to prevent prophecy from happening. They don't want the northern and southern kingdom coming together. But it's already happening. Mm-hmm. They can't stop
That's why the cyberspace, they're going to attack.
They need to get all of it. They're like, fuck it. We see the...
And also, when this martial law comes in, they're going to lock these borders down. Remember that. This is a move just like chess. They're locking it down. Just like if you knew a hurricane was coming, you'd start boarding up your windows.
Not when the hurricane's there.
No. So what they're doing is they're saying, board up the windows. We're going to kill everything inside.
Of 8 tons of marijuana. And Joint Interagency Task Force South assisted in preventing more than 280 tons of cocaine from illegally entering the United States.
She said from illegally entering the United States. What about the stuff that legally enters? Through the CIA, through the pharmaceutical companies. See, they don't want to talk about it all. They want to make us the enemy. It's all about making an enemy.
And pretty much through the whole United States, marijuana is legal.
So why are they focusing on...
Why is it such a buck up now?
When it's the so-called Mexicans bringing it over the border.
This is part of the martial law. This is just a move of martial law. That's what it is.
They're making their enemy.
Mm-hmm. They're saying they're doing it for the national security.
But what is national... They never said it was for your security. It's for the security of the homeland. They never said anything about the people. They said the homeland. National security. So
guess what? They're not going to be able to secure that border because it's everybody put out through the numbers. It's damn near impossible because to get to some of those areas, they would actually have to build roads just to drive to that area because it's so.
They don't have the manpower.
Desert.
They don't have the manpower.
Right. They don't. It's a project that is. It's like the road that goes from Seattle up to Alaska.
God.
That was a task that they thought was unimaginable, but they conquered with Judah. And Gad, I believe it was, that dug it.
They had it was the Army Corps of engineers, where they had the Judites meet them halfway, and then
that's how it would be. And to build that wall, to really get it done, it's actually impossible. So that wall ain't gonna get done, and so they're gonna say we can't secure our borders. We got war on our borders. We need that chip to identify who is who, and
that's the real security.
That's what they're gonna go after.
They don't have the manpower to secure borders, like the brother said, with force. So the chip is gonna be the next best thing. It's just a quicker. This is the quickest way of getting to the chip for Trump.
Right. They're just jumping there.
But they're trying to keep it smooth to where you don't see the chip until it's right in your hand, or it's right in your forehead, or your head's on the chopping block.
They're not going to show you that it's present until you literally are in a line, food line. You walk in the door and there's a chip due with the chip, and you don't have a chance to turn around anymore. You're
playing cards, and he's just literally saying.
That's why the elect, they're not going to go to the white man for help, because they're already going to know it's a trap. But most people, not thinking, they're going to go to a food kitchen thinking they're just going to go in and get a box of food and come out. You're going to get chipped and never come out.
Additionally, the National Guard in state status provides counter-drug activities and executes training in the 4 southwest border states in support of U.S. Border Patrol deterrence operations. Our support to DHS also includes the use of DoD equipment and facilities, as well as training. As the White House announced yesterday, the President has called on us to expand our existing support to the DHS border security mission now.
They just expanded it pretty much with the...
Now, she said.
The President has authorized the National Guard, with the affected governor's approval, to enhance its support to CBP along the border. The National Guard's efforts will include aviation, engineering, surveillance, communications, vehicle maintenance, and logistical support. These National Guard members will act in support of Border Patrol agents who are performing law enforcement duties. We will focus on supporting CBP's priorities, which will determine the time frame and number of military personnel.
They don't even have a number that they're sending. They're saying they'll send the whole...
Because they don't have the manpower. It's not like the brother said, they don't have the manpower to secure the borders like that. They don't have the money. This is all for the chip. That's the real security they're offering. Is you take this chip.
That wall is going to be bigger than the Great Wall of China.
It would have to be.
Yeah, I just saw a video where they were explaining that wall is going to be, the Great Wall of China will be longer, but they're making 30 feet tall. So this wall is supposed to be some kind of miraculous, it ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Employed. Effective immediately, we are establishing a new border security support cell led by Ken Rapuano, Assistant Secretary for Defense for Homeland Defense and Global Security. This is a 24/7 cell comprised of several DoD representatives.
Notice they just said it's a global security. One world order. They're pretty much putting NATO, EU, UN all together.
But they're being very, very butter tongue about it. Like they're not
who will serve
right.
as the single conduit for information and coordination between DoD and DHS. This is not business as usual.
This is not business as usual. They're telling you straight up right here.
The cell will last for the foreseeable future to ensure we surge our capacity to meet the President's enhanced border security goals. Between the existing border security support we provide to DHS and the expanded support I just outlined, DoD will continue to have an important role in securing our nation's border. We look forward to continuing our partnership with DHS to ensure the defense of our nation and the security of the American people. With that,
let's give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham, Rakha, Kodash. Double honors to our elders. Hey, brothers, it's at hand. Repent. Endure. Shalom.